Mambo vipi na habari za mchana kutoka hapa Afrika Mashariki. And hey there global crew. Welcome to Tech for Tomorrow. It's Brian here sparking up an epic chat on how tech is revolutionizing rural lives in Kenya. Today we are diving into the future we are building, one pod at a time, centering Project Trinity's bold mission to deploy solar powered digital hubs that empower underserved youth with skills for remote work, global opportunities, and sustainable change. From training in AI and coding to fostering confident tech stars, ready to support businesses worldwide. And we are exploring how these pods are lighting up tomorrow, today. So we have two amazing guests joining us. That is Nicholas Chesimbur and Enos Tudoko, dynamic young associate from West Pokot, Kenya, who are living Project Trinity's vision through hands-on training and community impact. Nicholas and Enos, let's light this up.
Yes, hello and karibu sana to today's episode and of the Project Trinity podcast. I am your guest Nicholas, and I am truly excited to be here with you. As you can see, the weather is so amazing. Yeah, first, a big thank you to our listeners, whether you are tuning in from the city, from the village, or somewhere across the globe. We are honored to have your time and attention. This space is all about connection, learning, and all in all community, and you are a big part of that, so karibuni sana.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Enos from West Pokot, and I'm one of the young associates with Project Trinity. And today I'm excited to share my journey. And for me, it's not just about tech training, it's about how solar powered hubs, or what we call pods, are transforming what life and opportunity looks like in rural communities. And honestly, I will tell you this upfront, we are ready.
So that's the fire we need, right? So this is one for young dreamers out there in the world. Real tales of innovation rising from the ground up with personal journeys, training wins, and that we are ready, future ready spirit. So let's jump in and inspire. So we'll start with your personal journeys, my guests. So let's launch into the heart of Project Trinity's mission with Nicholas and Enos. We'll let you bounce off each other, sharing hometown stories, training breakthroughs, and how pods are turning you into confident tech stars ready to support business needs. Nicholas, kick us off with your journey. Paint us a picture. Growing up in West Pokot, how has Project Trinity's mission shaped your personal journey? Maybe share that one eye-opening moment with a pod that screamed, "This is the future we are building."
Yeah, actually, growing up in West Pokot, I saw firsthand what it means to live in a place full of potential, but limited access. So where opportunities were often away, and technology felt like something for the cities. And but Project Trinity came in to prove that innovation can grow even in the remote soils. So my one of my personal stories is I still remember one pod session we were with the crew. Yeah, and that session completely changed how I view technology. We were learning about digital communication and marketing. So, and our facilitator challenged us to build a mock campaign for a local business. So, right from planning to the data tracking. And at first, the whole idea felt too big city, for me. But when I hit the send on that first digital and saw a real engagement coming in, I realized this was not just training; it was a doorway. That moment screamed, "This is a future we are building." It hit me with that. It hit me with that technology. That technology is not about machines or the codes. It's about the connection. It's about making the voices here in West Pokot, here in Turkana, or any rural place. heard on a global platform. So since joining Project Trinity, I have learned not just digital skills, but confidence, confidence to manage social media for businesses, analyze data, and even collaborate with global teams. Each session has built me into more tech ready, the purpose driven professional, ready to support any business that values innovation and impact. So today I stand as a living proof that the future is not waiting somewhere else. It's already being built here in our communities through the work we do here in Project Trinity. So we are ready.
So, wow, Nicholas, that's the kind of story that gives me chills now. Pods aren't just hubs, they are a launchpad for legends like you. So, Enos, jump in. How does Nicholas' story resonate with your own path? And what's a standout pod moment from your training that fired you up for the future?
Yes, thank you so much, Brian. And before I begin, I want to say thank you to my friend Nicholas for giving us such a wonderful story. And for me, before the pods came, our days were shaped by limits. So power would cut out without a warning. Internet was patchy at best, and studying or working online felt out of reach. If you asked me back then where the future lived, I would have said in Nairobi, maybe Eldoret, maybe Mombasa, certainly not West Pokot. So walking into a solar powered pod for the first time flipped that script. Everything worked, steady lights, reliable satellite internet, and a room filled with young people learning side by side. It was not fancy, but it was professional. Suddenly, I realized this is what the future feels like, and it's right here at home. Inside the pods, we don't just learn theory; we work the way global teams work, setting tasks, running short sprints, reviewing each other's work, documenting it properly. That rhythms build confidence. It shows me that being in West Pokot does not put me behind. It actually places me in a position to contribute to the world. Now, when I think about the future, I don't imagine living to find it. I imagine scaling it here. So more pods, more young people trained, more projects delivered to clients globally. So the pods stand one day into today, and that's why I proudly say we are ready. Yeah.
Yes, that's really true, Enos. We are at a critical point where we need more workspace, and I think it's coming on soon. So, big up to Project Trinity for that. So, Enos, I can picture that the pod is lighting up like a supernova. So, love how this moment start. What if into watch this? Nicholas, your turn to keep the momentum. Let's get real on the hurdles in realizing the mission. How do challenges like power shortages test the pod rollout, and what's an unexpected way Trinity's training helped you push through? So, how do unreliable power or networks hinder the mission's rollout in your community? And give us a vivid snapshot of of what's overcoming this looks like.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brian, and Enos also. And for real, we were having challenges before we came here, and I can tell you for sure. Before I joined Project Trinity, working with technology in my community was a real struggle. In West Pokot, especially, power blackouts were common. Even right now, they are still common. So sometimes we'll go days without electricity. The internet signal is weak, and even downloading that single file could take forever. So I remember trying to learn coding one day using my own laptop, and many nights would I would sit in under my solar lamp, you know, and I kept flickering, waiting for pages to load was so frustrating. Not because I liked motivation, but because the tools and access were not there. So sometimes I wondered if people like me from the remote areas will even get the chance to truly be part of the digital world. So then now the game changer came in the Project Trinity. It came along and everything started to change. For the first time, so I had access to reliable power, internet, and structured training. So, but even more than that, I had guidance from powerful individuals. So Project Trinity did not just teach me how to use the technology; it taught me how to thrive with it. So I learned to manage systems, support businesses, and even solve real world problems using the digital tools. So now instead of struggling with this week's signals, I am managing online projects, supporting marketing campaigns, and training others who are once in my position. So the same challenges that once held me back are now the stories that push me forward. So because I have seen what technology can do when it is placed in the right hands, and I have experienced firsthand how Project Trinity turns obstacles into opportunities. So yes, power once failed us and the network was weak, but today, through Project Trinity, our connection to opportunity has never been this stronger. So kudos Project Trinity. We thank you so much.
That is spot on, Nicholas. That is resilience in action. It can really be frustrating when you have a work and you want to send it urgently, but you don't have power and the network is patchy. So I think Project Trinity has come out to help us a lot in this. So if pods were superheroes, they'd have capes made of solar panels. Yes, build on that. What's a so Enos build on that. So what's a different hurdle in scaling the mission for you, and how was your training flipped it into a future win? Let's hear the comeback story.
Yes, sure, Brian. The challenges are real. Many young people here are full of energy and ambition, but they have never had consistent access to laptop, structured training, or strong connectivity. Add to that limited workspaces and resources, and it feels like the odds are stacked against us. But here is what Project Trinity has done. It turned those barriers into stepping stones. In the pods, we get structured training, mentorship, and discipline of working in teams. I went from barely knowing how to navigate software to now coding, managing tasks, and supporting other trainees. That confidence shift is huge because once you see yourself delivering real work, the label of a rural youth stops being a limitation. Yes, we still need more devices, bigger spaces, faster connectivity, but the culture has already changed. We don't see luck as a dead end anymore. We see it as something we can solve. And that mindset combined with the pods is what's flipping our future. And that's why we also always say we are ready.
Yes, for sure we are ready. So that's the dynamic energy turning blocks into breakthroughs. You two are like dynamic duo of rural tech, cape and all that. So time for the wins. Pods are the heart of the mission. So building futures one hub at a time. So Nicholas, lead with a story of empowerment. Make us cheer. So share an epic story of how a pod empowered youth in your community, from mastering new skill maybe to landing a remote gig.
Yeah, sure, Brian. So when I think about Project Trinity, it has transformed life in my community for real. One story stands out. It's about that of my friend Jumba, our fellow associate here in West Pokot. So before joining Project Trinity, Jumba had the passion to learn about a few opportunities to grow. Like many of us, he will spend hours trying to figure out things online with the limited internet and no real mentorship. But when he joined now the board, everything changed. Through Project Trinity structured training, Chumba quickly discovered his talent in social media management and marketing. So he started to creating real campaigns, managing content, calendars, and even analyzing the engagement data for local projects. So before long, our pod began getting hands-on experience by working with external organizations like the Catates and the Joshua Clean Foundation. So it was powerful to see how the skills we learned in our sessions were now being used to support the professional projects beyond our region. So projects that make real difference. So watching Chumba now, my friend Crow reminded me of my own journey. Yeah, Project Trinity did not just equip us with the digital tools. It built confidence, it built teamwork, and also it built purpose. So today I'm continuing to develop my skills in media and storytelling, marketing also, and outreach. So while also preparing to mentor the next rotation of trainees, which is soon. So because when you've seen transformation up close, you feel a responsibility to pass on to your colleagues, to your community members. So today, today I'm honestly uh, holding. Uh, Honestly, now the thing that is holding us back is still the space and resources. But our thank you to our leadership, our management. They are doing great. The board is going to be expanded. So the passion is there. More youth want to join in, but we need a bigger spaces, more computers, and stronger connectivity to expand. And we are just getting started. So from we spoke to the world, we are proving that when young people are given the right tools and mentorship, they don't just learn, they lead. So thank you.
Yes, yes, that is pure motivation, Nicholas. You have talked about an important thing, and that is teamwork, team building. I think we have learned a lot from Project Trinity about team building. We are building teams across the borders from Africa to US to the Caribbean. So it's a nice thing. So Enos, what do you think? How does that story mirror a pod breakthrough in your experience? And who's a thriving tech star you have seen emerging? So spill all that glow up.
Yes, thank you so much, Brian and Nicholas. So, one breakthrough story I always talk about is that one of I think we all know, or some of us know, a story of our friend Metrin. She came here very shy and unsure, with little computer experience, where with training in the and with training in the pods, she found her talent in digital campaigns. Today, she is delivering quality work for organizations, and she is still based right here in West Pokot. That's not just her story. That is proof of what is possible. And for me, the breakthrough was presenting my first project. I remember being nervous, but when my peers clapped, it was like a switch flipped. I belong here. I can do this. The pod gave me that platform. So what excites me most is how one person's progress sparks another matrix, another matrix. So Matrin is now mentoring others, and I'm preparing to guide the next group. That chain reaction is what makes the pods powerful. They don't just build skills, they build leaders, and the more we expand, the more youth we will see rising as tech stars. So that is my breakthrough story. Thank you, Brian.
Yes, sure. We all know the story of Metrin, and we we are still referring to him up to now. So I think that's a great story. So and it's uplifting. So your stories show the mission's ripple effects, like a pod-powered wave crashing through barriers. So back to the flow, Nicholas. Climate challenge test the mission. How has pod help maybe navigate something like droughts? Like from here, we have bad weather like rains. Let's hear that ingenuity from you.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Brian. The weather, uh, uh, most of the time, is a big challenge here, especially here in West Pokot, especially here where our pods are located. So, in West Pokot, drought does not just dry the land, but it drains the rhythm of life. So, when the rains delay, the rivers shrink, animals grow weak, and farms turn silent. So, most families walk long distances in search of water and pasture, and food becomes scarce. So, you can feel the tension. So, the worry in the air, the slow movements, and the empty markets that used to be full of color and sound. So, for Project Trinity, that kind of drought changes how we roll out boats. So, many of the people we train are from the farming families. So, even when the drought hits, priorities shift. So, some trainees miss sessions because they have to help their families look after their livestock or search for water. So even the community project pause because everyone is focused on survival. But despite this, the spirit never fades. I remember during last year dry spell, a few of us scattered under a tree near the pod, still sharing the ideas about how technology could help farmers monitor soil structures, soil moisture, or connect to better markets. So that day I saw resilience. People still dreaming and learning even when the land itself was struggling. So one simple tech fix that could make difference is I was imagining of the drone-based crop and water mapping, where it will help now farmers spot where the soil is still hold moisture or where water points are drying up. So we could create an SMS-based weather alert so that communities can plan earlier on these dry spells. So these are the kinds of solutions that Project Trinity prepares us to think about. These practical tools that use technology to solve real challenges on the ground. So yes, drought hits our people, animals, and the land also. But through this training, teamwork, and technology, I am very sure we are learning to turn hardship into innovation. So at Project Trinity, we believe even the toughest seasons, something new can still grow. Yeah.
Yes, Nicholas, that's smart and actionable. So if droughts had a nemesis, it will be that fix that you have recommended. So, Enos, bounce off that. What's a livelihood hurdle the mission faces, and how has a pod triumph turned it around for you? So maybe something like how does scarcity in resources slow the mission's progress, and what's a real struggle with pods or triumph with them?
Yes, thank you so much, Brian. And scarcity, I can say, scarcity used to define our days. Imagine not having enough devices, no reliable power, missed chances. All of that was normal. I remember trying to revise for an exam by that small torch. I think you know it. It's very common in rural areas, and only for the battery to die halfway. And that was not about the effort; it was about the tools. So the pods changed that. The solar power and the stable internet. Scarcity no longer calls the shots. We still share laptops, we still stretch resources, but the difference is we keep going. Tasks get finished, deadlines are met, and learning does not stop. That is the real truth. So scarcity has not disappeared, but now it does not set the limits. Preparation, teamwork, and the pod systems do, and uh, that shift makes all the difference. Yes.
Yes, that hits right in the fields now on keeping youth rooted through the mission. So, Nicholas, how do tech gaps push youths away from rural areas like this, and how is Trinity's mission flipping that to keep the talent thriving locally?
Yeah, sure, Brian. Growing in the rural community, like for example, here in West Pokot, I have seen many young people dream of living to the big cities, Eldoret, Nairobi, not because they want to, but because they feel they have to. When you finish school and there is no internet, no equipment, and no place to put your skills into action, the city starts to look like the only door to opportunity. So some of my friends have left for Nairobi or Eldoret, chasing jobs that never quite came. So the villages, most of the time, are left quieter, older, with so much talent lost to the distance because everyone is going to look for the greener pasture. So, but then came Project Trinity, and things began to change. Trinity did not just bring laptops or lessons; it brought belief. It brought the idea that global opportunities also can start right where we are, right in the remote grounds, in the most remote areas. Yeah. So through the pods, we began learning digital skills from data entry to social media management to web designs to the outreach. Yeah. So suddenly our local youth are working with external companies like the Katates that I told you and the Joshua Clean Foundation, the Katis, right from home, right from top here. So we didn't have to learn to succeed. We just needed access and training. So now the challenge is still the space, but the more you join, the tighter our board gets. We've built a strong foundation, but to mentor more trainees and expand digital access, we need a larger workspace. So a hub where learning, creativity, and businesses all thrive side by side. So what I can say is technology may have pushed the youth away once, but through Project Trinity, it's now pulling them back home. We are building something real, jobs, innovation, and pride, right from the heart of our rural Kenya, rural Haiti, and those that the boards are going to be created. So we are not just ready for the future, we are future ready now.
Yes, that's spot on, Nicholas. Who could have imagined that one day we could be talking to the world uh, in a remote area like this? So it's something beautiful. We are building the future. So Enos, what do you think? How is the mission making rural life irresistible, and how does it tie to mentoring the next generation? So, like, what's driving you to urban escapes, and how is the mission making rural life irresistible through the pods?
Yes, yes, Brian. Thank you so much. So, youth migration is something I see all the time in my own community. So, friends, cousins, classmates, many have packed up and left for big cities like Nairobi, Eldoret, and even Kapenguria. So, and others have gone even further, like going to US and many other places. So the truth is, most of them did not leave because they wanted to chase big dreams in the city. They left because they felt there was nothing for them here in rural communities. No jobs, no digital opportunities, no sense that they could build a future at home. For them, moving was about survival. and about survival, not ambition. But Project Trinity is rewriting that story in a very real way. The pods are not just buildings with lights and computers, they are windows to the world. Inside these hubs, we get access to reliable internet, structured training, and the chance to work on meaningful projects with clients and organizations globally. Suddenly, it's not just about competing with other youths in Kenya, it's about joining a global workforce while still being grounded in our own villages. So that shift has changed the way I define success. Success is not about leaving home anymore. Success is being able to contribute globally while building a dignified life locally. And that balance is powerful. Imagine this in the morning, I can support my parents with farm work or even do my own work because that's not part of our family or culture. In the afternoon, I work in the pod, collaborate with the peers on a digital project, and in the evening, I finish the day having delivered professional work to an organization that might be thousands of kilometers away. So that blend between local roots and global reach is something the city could never offer. And here is what excites me the most. It's not just my story. When young people see this model, when they see that staying home comes with real opportunities, their choices change. Migration stops looking like the only opinion. Staying becomes smart, staying becomes valuable, and staying even becomes attractive because you are not just surviving, you are thriving while staying close to family and community. And of course, challenges remain. Challenges remain. We still need more hubs, bigger spaces, more equipment, and faster connectivity to meet the demand. But the proof is already here. Rural is no longer cut off. Rural is no longer waiting at the back. Rural is connected, engaged, and stepping into the future with confidence. That's why I think about youth migration now. I don't see it as an one-way road to the city. I see it as a choice that more and more young people won't have to make because the opportunities are already here, and that's how rural life becomes irresistible. So when I speak about West Pokot and Project Trinity, I say this with confidence. So we are ready. Yeah.
So yes, we are ready, and also you are igniting hope. I can see the comment section is on fire. So let's keep it up, guys. So to our audience, I hope you are enjoying the show. Like, as you can see, we are outside. The sun is shining bright. So I hope yours too. Your day is brighter too. So a big shout out to you, and follow us, comment, and yes. So wrapping this segment with empowerment in the mission. So Nicholas, lead the way. What's holding girls back from embracing the mission's tech opportunities, like cultural vibes or costs, and how is Trinity empowering them to rise?
Yes, Brian, thank you so much. As you have said, the sun is uh, bright outside here. We are really connecting to the community. Yes. So, some of the uh, girls here in rural areas face most challenges. So, in West Pokot, the challenges that girls face often start early. You know, many grow in communities where education for girls is not always prioritized. So some leave school too soon to help at home, maybe get married young or take care of siblings. So when it comes to technology, the barriers become even sharper. Most families don't own computers. Most families' internet access is so limited, and culturally, some people still believe that tech is man's field. So it's not that girls do not dream, it's that the world around them uh, often tells them those dreams are too big for you. So, but Project Trinity is rewriting that story for sure. We've seen girls step into our pods with no prior tech experience. Take, for example, Metrin. Yeah, she came so nervous, so unsure, and within few weeks, they are designing content, they are building websites, managing data, and speaking confidently about digital work. So the change is not just in skills; it is also in the mindset. So they start to see themselves as equals, as professionals who can work for international companies while still living in their own villages. So one light moment, I remember one afternoon during a digital training session, one of the girls jokingly said, "If cows had, if coding had cows, maybe more parents would let us do it." You know, if coding had cows, maybe more parents will let us do it. So we all laughed, but her point hit deep. It showed how culture sometimes measures value by tradition. So now, through Trinity, we are proving that technology is a new kind of wealth, one that empowers both men and women to grow together. So the truth is, the road for women in tech here is not smooth, but it's finally open. So through Project Trinity, girls are gaining digital confidence, finding purpose, and inspiring others to follow. So we are not just building tech skills, but courage also. And that's how transformation begins.
Yes, that's an empowering vibes. I think where Metrin is laughing now because he's being referenced left and right. So, Nicholas, so Enos, build on that. What's an inspiring way the mission is fueling girls' journey? How are efforts like Trinity fueling girls' tech journeys in the mission? And what's an inspiring success tale?
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, Brian and Nicholas has really made us laugh with that beautiful story. And honestly, this is one of my favorite parts of the story. Also, well, in West Pokot, girls have always had a talent and drive, but the path into tech was not clear. Some families worried about the costs, some did not see tech as for girls, and many students simply lacked a safe, consistent place to learn. So Project Trinity Pods change that by making three things normal. That's success, confidence, and community. So first is success. So the hubs give girls a reliable power, satellite internet, and shared devices, so they can learn without worrying about where to charge or who owns a laptop. We schedule sessions that fit school and home routines, and we run beginner friendly tracks that remove the fear of I have never used this before. When access is steady, talent shows up quickly. And the second is confidence. So the pod culture is supportive and practical. We start small, short sprints, clear tasks, and quick wins. So every learner feels progress in the first week. Peer reviews are kind. Focus on improvement, not judgment. You see the shift, a student who will not touch the keyboard last month is now explaining her code calmly to the room. And the third is community. Girls learn alongside other girls with mentors and models who look like them and have walked the same road. We host open demo days where parents and community leaders see real projects, and that visibility matters. It turns doubts into support. So let me share one story that captures this. We have a trainee, maybe name by the quiet, always present, rarely speaking. She joined our data track and paired her with a small team on practical problem, mapping community water points to help planning step by step. She learned to gather data responsibly, clean it, visualize it, and present findings. The day her team showed a simple dashboard, a simple dashboard, locations, distances, and a priority list. People in the room leaned forward. It was not a fancy app; it was useful. That's when that friend's voice changed. She moved from asking questions to leading the discussion. Here is what the data suggests. Here is what we can do next. That leadership begin inside the board. And it's not just about our friend. I have watched the ladies run stands up, lead code walkthroughs, and handle client style feedback with professionalism. During one sprint, a student calmly traced the back from UI to data layer and explained the fix while the rest of us took notes. That matter shifted the whole room's mindset. It said clearly, girls don't just participate in tech; they excel. Yeah, so that's my take.
Yes, so that's well said, Enos. That's truly motivating talk. So you can see that girls have come from somewhere and they'll go far if they are given the opportunity. So we have a question from Kasongo. That is Stanley Stanley Korir. Uh, uh, what? So Nicholas, I think you'll answer this. What message will you give to a young person listening who wants to be part of us and this future?
Yeah, all right. Us drop some more questions. We are very ready to answer them. So for Stanley, what she's saying, what message will you give to a young person listening who wants to be part of this future? So to every young person listening right now, I want you to know this. Their future is not something we wait for. It's something we build. So, and you do not have to come from a big city or have all the resources to start. What matters most is your willingness to learn, to show up, and to grow. So, at Project Trinity, we've seen how a single opportunity, like just joining the board, can open doors to global opportunities. So, we've watched the youths from remote areas discover skills they never knew they had. So from digital marketing to coding to design, you can name it. So don't let your location limit your vision. So the tools are here, the training is here, and the support is real. So if you are listening and wondering where to begin, start by believing in yourself and start taking the first step. So reach out, get involved, and join the movement. Together we are shaping a future that includes everyone. So no matter where you come from, you can be part of this great family called Project Trinity.
Yes, for sure. You can be part, you can get involved, you can be a volunteer, you can support our mission, donate. Yes. So, I think, Enos, you have a question. Will you answer this?
Yes, yes, I'm ready. We are always ready to handle any question that comes our way.
Yes, okay. So the question is from, I think, Valerie. What inspired Project Unity to focus on bridging rural communities with global markets?
So, what inspired Project Trinity? to focus on connecting rural communities to global markets. For me, it starts with seeing potential everywhere, not just in cities. So, growing up in West Pokot, I saw smart, creative young people around me who had ideas, drive, and a hunger to learn. But their window to the world was tiny. Unreliable power, poor internet, no access to mentoring or paid gigs beyond our locality. It felt like talent went unused, not because it was not there, but because the bridge to opportunity was missing. The founders of Project Trinity saw that too. They did not invent rural talent; they saw it. What they realize is with the right infrastructure, training, and support, rural youth can compete in global markets just like anyone else. So they build solar power pods, investing in satellite internet, put systems in place that mirror professional standards and created a pathway for real work. In short, Project Trinity's inspiration was the belief that geography should not limit opportunity because with some support, every young person anywhere should be able to join the global economy, not just as learners but as contributors. For me, that is powerful. It means the future is not confined to cities. It can be built right here in West Pokot, and that is exactly what we are doing. Thank you.
Yes, yes, thank you for that, Enos. I think the audience now have understand what Project Trinity has come to do for rural community. So I think, Valerie, you are satisfied with Enos' answer. So let's continue with the joint discussion, uniting the mission's vision. So now teaming up Nicholas and Enos to explore how Project Trinity's mission unites communities. Let's envision bold futures. So Nicholas, what's the key way pods are advancing missions vision for the future, and how could expanding them like more hubs or more units boost impact?
Yes, one of the biggest ways our boards are driving the mission forward is by bringing opportunity closer to the people. So when you step into a board, it's not just a workspace.
Volume,
So,
December.
okay. So uh, when you step into a board, okay, sorry for that technical problem. So one of the biggest ways our boards are driving the mission forward is by bringing opportunity closer to the people. When you step into a pod, it's not it's not just a workspace. It is a spark of transformation. So because we've seen many young people who had never touched a computer before now confidently handling digital projects and also connecting with clients and even helping local businesses to grow through technology. So these pods are a proof. They are a proof that you don't need to leave your community to access a global opportunity. So the opportunities can come right to you. But to keep that momentum now going, we need to expand. More hubs, more mobile units, and maybe a larger workspace. Right now, we've reached a point where the energy, creativity, and a number of our trainees have outgrown our current spaces. So if we scale up, maybe add more, add more mobile pods that reach even more remote communities or remote areas, will not only train more youth but also support more businesses that depend on our services. You remember we are building the match and for the local enterprises. So we'll not only train more youth, but also support more businesses now by offering our services. So the bigger the space, the greater the impact. That's what makes Project Trinity special. We are not waiting for the future to arrive. We are building it right here. One pod, one young person, one opportunity at a time. Yeah.
Yes, that
So,
is okay. Okay.
so building on that, I really like how Nicholas put it. A pod is not just a room with computers; it is a spark of a transformation. But when you put enough sparks together, you don't just get light; you get a fire, and that is exactly where we are right now. The fire is catching. What we are witnessing is demand that has outgrown supply. Young people are filling our ports to capacity, and even then, many are waiting outside saying, "When will it be my turn?" That shows you how hungry the community is for opportunity. The critical mass is here. We we already have a generation eager to learn, ready to mentor, and willing to work. What they lack is space. Imagine if we could double or triple our hubs. Picture mobile airports moving into remote areas where people who have never had a chance to even sit at a computer can suddenly access the same opportunity as their peers in the big cities. Imagine pods that are not just classrooms, but entire ecosystem, training centers, business incubators, and digital offices all in one. And here is the thing: bigger spaces don't just mean more desks or computers. They mean mentorship. They mean more mentorship. They mean more room for small businesses to collaborate. They mean a safe environment where ideas grow into enterprises. Every extra seat we provide is a chance for another young person to step into the global economy without leaving home. So, yes, Nicholas is right. The opportunities are here, but scale is what will multiply the impact. The bigger the pods, the bigger the future, and that's why we say with confidence, we are ready.
Yes, that is visionary stuff. We are ready. The mission is prepping youth for global roles, becoming confident tech stars ready to support business needs, as you have heard from my two dynamic guests. So, how is Project Unity gearing up young talents for roles like AI data annotation, and what's a key to sustaining that momentum?
Yeah, so honestly, what Project Trinity is doing right now with youth training feels like building a bridge to the future. So a few years ago, many of us in the rural area did not even know what AI or a data and annotation meant. So today, through the board, through Project Trinity, so we are not just learning, we are mastering it. Yeah, we have been trained to handle real world tasks like cleaning, data cleaning, labeling data, managing online tools, and understanding how artificial intelligence learns. So it's not just about technical skills, it's about accuracy, it's about discipline and seeing yourself as part of the global digital workforce. So, but to keep this momentum alive, we need consistency, we need access, we need belief. So, if every week more young people want to join, they even see they have seen that as an income. So they have seen these young people build confidence. They have seen they have now started thinking differently about the futures. So our current spaces can only take uh, so many at a time, but the hunger to learn is spreading fast. So AI now is giving rural youth a way to compete globally without leaving home. That is something powerful. So with the right tools and mentorship, we can sustain that energy and help even more young people rise. So we are not waiting for the future. So because we are building it now.
Yeah, yes, Nicholas. So, what you shared is so true. Just a few years ago, people here did not even know what AI, leave alone other people. Even you, I'm sure you didn't
Yeah.
know what
I didn't know.
AI or data annotation meant. And now,
Yeah.
not only do they know, they actually part of building the digital economy. So let me paint this clearly. AI is not something happening far away. It is something our youth are contributing to right now. Young people in this place or in rural West Pokot, in rural Kenya, are labeling images, cleaning data sets, training models that companies across the world will use. Um, and that's a revolution. But here is the challenge Nicholas highlighted: sustaining a momentum. And for me, that comes down to three things. Number one is capacity, consistency, and culture. So I'll talk about them briefly. In capacity, because the number of youth eager to join keeps growing, one pod cannot contain their ambitions. And inconsistency, because if we don't provide steady internet, reliable mentorship, and regular training, that hunger can quickly turn into frustration. And culture, because more young people see themselves not just as students but as leaders in tech, the more unstoppable the movement becomes. So one of the things I'm most excited about is seeing today's trainees becomes tomorrow's trainers. That cycle means sustainability. It means we are not just preparing workers; we are raising mentors, leaders, and innovators who will carry this momentum forward. So yes, AI is giving a rural youth a way to compete globally without leaving home. But Project Trinity is making sure that when those doors open, our young people walk through them with confidence. That's why we keep saying we are ready.
Yes, we are ready. So that is game changing, guys, and well said from both of you. So one last dive into impact. So capturing that unexpected, determined project culture. So share a powerful story of the mission overcoming a community challenge like climate or gender barriers.
Okay, thank you, Brian. One story that really sticks with me is from the last year. During a long stretch of drought here in West Pokot, the sun was really brutal. You could see heat rising from the ground, and even walking a short distance felt heavy. So, yet instead of giving up, our youth made something beautiful out of that challenge. Because one afternoon, the training room was too hot to stay in, so we had to. So we moved everything outside, the laptops, the chairs, and everything, and set under a big tree around the board. There we were surrounded by the dry land, but still typing, still learning. You know, at that moment, I thought this is what resilience look like. Yeah, and you know what? It was just about the climate. It was also about culture, about breaking old barriers. Yeah, there was this young woman. I can call her Mary, who once felt very unsure about joining because people in the village said technology was not for girls. But she joined anyway. And fast forward a few months, she was leading the groups here, the group, small group sessions, and teaching others how to annotate that accurately. So that transformation I am proud of. Yeah, where drought and doubt couldn't stop us. So because when people are united by purpose, even the hardest ground can grow something new. So that is Trinity spirit.
Yes, Nicholas, what you just shared about resilience during the drought is exactly what Project Trinity is all about. When the heat made the room unbearable, our youth did not stop. They carried everything under a tree and kept learning. and that is what we call determination. And the Mary story, that's where it really hits home. Here is a young woman who was told technology is not for girls. She could have believed that she could she could she could have believed that she could have stayed back, but instead she stepped forward, and not only did she learn, she grew into a leader, guiding others. That one decision did not just changed her life, it shifted her culture. Other girls saw her and said, if Mary can do it, maybe I can too. That ripple effect is what makes Project Trinity different, because we don't just create opportunities, we change mindsets. And I want to emphasize something here. Resilience is not just about surviving the tough times. It's about transforming them into something new. Climate challenges, gender barriers, cultural doubts, they don't break us, they shape us, they sharpen our determination. That's why, even in doubt, we found growth. Even in doubt, we found a belief. And even in places where the ground felt too hard, we planted seeds of hope. That is the culture of Project Trinity, a culture of determination, inclusion, and courage. And that's why, no matter the challenge, we always declare we are ready.
We are ready.
We are ready.
So you sparked real inspiration. So what a dynamic episode we have today. So take for tomorrow crew, Nicholas and Enos, you have shown how Project Trinity mission is building the future one pod at a time like this. For our viewers, you can see our pod is behind the Enos. Yes. So one pod at a time. From your personal journeys to those epic training wins, you are the confident tech stars lighting the way for rural youth everywhere. Shout out to Project Trinity for the bold vision, deploying solar powered hubs that turn impossible into I am possible. Empowering communities with AI skills, remote gigs, and sustainable change. You are not just training the next gen, you are mentoring a movement. And that critical mass, that larger workspace will unlock even more magic for business support and trainees. Keep that we are ready, future ready now spirit. It's inspiring us all. And crew, if you are watching or listening, you are part of this wave. Young dreamers turning, tuning in from cities and villages. You are the ones who will amplify the mission. Big up to everyone supporting Project Trinity. Your shares, donation, and vibes are fueling the pods and the future. And I want to big shout out to our US audience, that is Julie Thompson and Marco Cheseto, for tuning in, and also our Haitian team. We are happy to have you on the show. So, a quick fun to wrap up about favorite football teams to my guests. So, that's a fun banter. So, what's your favorite team and how does it tie to the project hustle?
Yeah, thank you so much, Brian. First of all, I am a Manchester United football fan, and I really support that team. It is a good team, uh, not just because it's an English team, but it's because of the culture that is rewritten, or it's being written in that Old Trafford Stadium. The unity, the togetherness, just like here in Project Trinity, we have that unity, we have that togetherness. So pick up to Manchester United, a very special team. Yes, so thank you so much.
So I'm also a big fan of Manchester United. So Nicholas has just summarized it. Yeah.
No, no. So you are both my enemies. My enemies.
Yes.
We are team the Gunners.
Which is
Arsenal.
no,
Arsenal.
it's a small team again.
So I love that
when,
energy.
when last did you win the league?
It was like 20 years ago. But
Yeah,
but this
2004.
season we are favorites for the Champions League and the
Yeah, by the
Premier
way,
League.
you are
So
doing well.
we'll see.
Yeah, the strikers, the midfield, the defenders are doing so well. And I
Uh,
know Mr. Dave is smiling.
We all
Yes,
know what
because
Arsenal is capable of. So just leave that conversation.
yeah, so no problem.
Love that energy. Project Trinity got that unbeatable team spirit. So dive into the Project Trinity world online, support the mission growth. Nicholas Enot, you're absolute stars. Thanks for the energy. So listeners, tune in for Tech for Tomorrow next week, same place, same time, for more tales of young change makers. Tech is the catalyst for epic futures. Share this or tag us on X with the hashtag Tech for Tomorrow and let's connect the world. Until next time, stay driven, stay curious, and let's shape tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.